The cries of the children could be heard, desperate for someone, anyone. They could now feel tremors from bombs in the distance, hear the artillery fire. Fear and dread had become constant companions. Alone, distraught, and forgotten. Hundreds of plagues infect our society, whether they be mental, physical, or intellectual. One thing that every plague has in common is that it either infects, obstructs, or destroys its victim. According to the US Department of State, as of 2020, there is an estimate of 24 million victims of human trafficking. In 2024, there is an estimate of 27 million victims of human trafficking. Only within 4 years, the number rose by 3 million victims. Imagine what the numbers will be in 5 to 10 to even 1 year from now. The United Nations has set up countless organizations to help stop the progression of human trafficking. On the outside, they look like the best organizations ever to set foot on our soil, ever created. But if you really look deeper, if you looked on the inside of those programs, you would see that the money rarely trickles down to the people that really need it. Because of corruption within the United Nations, within individuals, and within governments, the money rarely gets to the people that really need it. Edmund Burke once said, "The only thing necessary for evil to thrive is for good men to do nothing." There was once a man named Aaron who went and answered the call of the children. This story takes place near the Ukraine-Russian border during the Russian-Ukraine conflict. There was once an orphanage near the borders of Ukraine where the children cried for someone, anyone, to help them. Their cries were answered by a man named Aaron. He went in with his team to transport these children from this orphanage to a more safe rural part of the country. Because of human trafficking raging everywhere and Russian forces steadily pressing forward, these children needed help. If they didn't help, their deaths were certain. They would travel at night since this was the most sufficient, safest time to travel. On one specific night, they loaded the kids in the van and started the drive. It was super dark that night and it started to rain. Somewhere along the way, they took a wrong turn. Eventually, they drove into a mud hole. They had everybody get out and they tried to push that van. They tried to push that van out for 8 long, grueling hours. When the sun started to rise over the horizon, they saw that they weren't just stuck in the mud, but that they were evidently in a minefield with hundreds of hidden tank explosives all around them. What was Aaron going to do? What would you do? Aaron was able to contact some Ukrainian soldiers. I tried to help them coordinate through this field. One wrong step, and it would change all of their lives forever. One wrong step, and nobody that day would live to see the sun set. They followed those soldiers' words to preciseness, step by step. And every single person made it out that day. Every single life was spared. Aaron ended up saving thousands of lives that day, and he continues to save lives. So if one man can make such a difference, then what can you do as individuals and together as a nation? The United States pledge to the flag states, quote, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We as Americans don't believe that liberty and justice should just be administered to Americans, but should be administered to all. So when will these children receive the justice that demands, the justice for their wrongs? And when will they receive their liberty? When will these children be liberated from their captivity? Human trafficking is like a falling object, and that object will keep falling unless a greater motion hits it out. Will you be a cloth that human trafficking rips right through? Or will you be the brick wall that completely stops the progression of human trafficking? After Aaron shared this story with me, I asked him what he thought the best solutions to stop the progression of human trafficking were. And he didn't say the United Nations, he didn't say through the government, but he did say through the people, through the individuals who can create nonprofit organizations to help the children receive their basic needs. A lot of times in these third world countries, these children aren't getting sufficient needs for survival. If we take Liberia, for instance, these children aren't being kidnapped off the streets. These traffickers are taking them and saying, hey, I will provide you with shelter, with food, a job, and a purpose. They'll take them maybe just a couple miles, maybe just into a different region. Eventually, these people want out. These children want out. And they say, I want no more of this. The traffickers tell them that they have to pay every single penny that they paid to get them there. Realistically, they're never going to get out. They're stuck in this sick cycle in the fist of these traffickers. So, what will we do for these children in this generation now? What will you do? Aaron also brought up some points that would prevent the cause of human trafficking. Say no to pornography. Say no to child labor products. Say yes to nonprofit organizations developed and manufactured by the people. And say yes to people like Aaron that will help free these children from their captivity. So, what will you do today to be like Aaron and change the lives of millions? What will you do? Will you be the soft cloth that human trafficking rips right through? Or will you be the brick wall that stops the progression of human trafficking? Thank you.